Hi guys, and today we are looking at this Ivatt class 4. It's a 260 wheel arrangement, which is a mogul, I believe. It is BR lined, and its running number is 43038. This was my replacement loco from the Oxford Rail Dean Goods. It was cheaper and it runs better. So yeah, I'll show you the code before we get into the video. What you can see of that. Yeah, there we go. And as you can tell, it's the old Bachmann style packaging with a wonderful picture of it there. So yeah, guys, this is the loco I'm going to be reviewing today. Before we get into the video, there is some history on the model. A double O gauge model of the 43106 is being produced by Bachmann branch lines. Also being produced are many other models of the class 4, as well as the LMS Ivatt class 2 at 260 and an LMS Ivatt class 262T. So yeah, onto the front of the loco we have a small coupling down below here. It's a screw one. We have a little hook there. We have the class code, which is 4MT. We have sprung buffers. Don't know how well that's going to show up. We have separately applied handrails and lamp irons there along the front. We have rivets on the running beam and the buffer beam too. We have a lamp iron hook there. We have as a moulded cement box dart door openers. We also have the high running beam. We also have the shed code and the number of the loco, which is 43038. And I believe it is legible if you just zoom in. It should be 55B. Which I think is York. If it's wrong, it'd be the name will come up a bit now. As we move on to the side of the loco, we have some really fine motion work there. Really nice when it goes round. Hopefully you can see later. We have lining on the boiler and the I think it's a chest. I've got that correct, piston chest in red. We have really fine handrails and details. Piping is really fine. We have the reverser there, which is well, it's plastic and broken. Yeah, that linkage is really nice. I think you can see here you have a gap just past the boiler there. Yeah. So yeah, and we have glazing in the cab too. As we move on to the cab area, it's all moulded, but we have some fine pipe work and safety valve whistles here. It's really incorrect. We have a white, black, red lining around the number, and we also have the class code. I think it's 4. And as I mentioned before, the glazing as well, and we have handrails there, and I believe we have handrails on the other side of the tender too. Onto the cab, it is not painted at all, which doesn't bother me. It might bother some, it's not painted at all, but it is moulded. I'm not sure what this camera is going to pick it up. There should be a picture coming up about now of how it should look from the real one. As we move on to the tender itself, most of it's moulded. Inside bit here is all moulded, the detail is all moulded. We have glaze in there, we have a lovely fine cold detail, which I believe comes out. I'm not going to try because with my fat fingers it won't work. We have fine handrails and steps. We have a early emblem BR. And all down here is sadly moulded, as much as you can see. Down there is moulded. There's some more handrails there too. As we move on to the back of the tender, we have sprung buffers again. there. We have a screw-in coupling, like I said before. We have a hook as well for the chains. You have lamp irons and a ladder, and that's about it really. There's not much there. Oh, you have handles, which I mentioned in the other video too. LMS Ivatt Class 4. The LMS Ivatt Class 4 260 is a class of steam locomotive primarily designed for medium freight work, but also widely used on secondary passenger services. The London, Midland and Scottish Railway built 162 of this type between 1947 and 52, but only 3 were built by the LMS before nationalisation in 1948. Designed by H.G. Ivatt, they were classified as a 4F by the LMS and a 4MT by BR. In the BR days, they were extensively used across the network, mainly on the Midland region, and notably on the Midland and Great Northern Joint Railway, and East Anglia line that had previously been owned by the LMS and the LNER, where they mainly become the dominant loco type over there. They were also used for a short period on the Somerset and Dorset Joint Railway, but were quickly transferred elsewhere, never to return because of the poor steam on the lines, along with the steep gradient. This was before the modifications were made to the design which improved the steaming of the loco. The design was noted for its American looks, and the running plate being positioned at a high level and a gap left head of the cylinders. Because of this, many locomotive enthusiasts consider them the ugliest British loco produced, especially those outshot with the double chimney. The first 50 were. However, these gave poor performances and were quickly replaced with a single chimney. The locomotive also incorporated new mechanical features, including a reduced maintenance costs. The ultimate appearance was a deliberate design decision, as they were sketched with which showed the locomotive with condensing curves around the running plate. The BR Standard 4 260 was based on this design. The looks were improved somewhat by the redesign of the outside footplate to include a sloping plate that fitted between the gap ahead of the cylinders. Here is some information on the class. Power type is steam. Designer is G.H. Ivatt. The build is LMS/BR Horwich Works 75, BR Doncaster 50, BR Darlington 37. The built dates, as we know, were 1947 to 52, and 162 were produced. The wheel configuration is a 260. They are standard gauge. Fuel type is coal. They have cylinders 2 outside. Valve gear is Wiltshire. Operated under the London, Midland and Scottish Railway and BR. The power classification, as we know, is LMS is 4F, later 4. The BR is 4MT. Nicknames, Mucky Ducks and Flying Pigs. The route availability under BR was 4. They were drawn between 1963 and 68. The rest was scrapped and 1 is preserved. Here is some information on the loco I just looked at. Its BR number is 43038. Class code is a 4FA. Designer is Ivatt. it was built on the 23rd of the 6th, 1949 at Harwich Works. It doesn't have a 1948 shed code. The shed code on the loco is 55B, which is York, I believe. The last shed code is 20B Stoughton. It was withdrawn on the 31st of the 5th, 1964 at T.W. Ward, Kilmarsh. It was cut up on the 31st of the 9th, 1964. Yeah guys, that's it on the tracks. The video is going to get cut now, so you can see it go across some points. I hope that demonstration of getting across the points is pretty good. It hasn't got pickups on the tender, it's got pickups on all the other three. I think maybe a fourth one as well, I'm not too sure. So yeah guys, some slow speed running I think is in order. So yeah, a little bit stuttery, but managed it, which is pretty impressive for DC. She can do second radius as well, if anyone wants to know. So yeah guys, that's the end of the video. It's quite a nice loco. Lacking cavity tail, which like I said don't bother me. It looks good on both passenger and freight service. Yeah, I thought I'd run it with its sort of sister loco, sister class, the Ivatt 2MT. Both Ivatts. This one's a more newer Bachmann one. I have reviewed it. It should be up in the eye. So yeah, quite a hefty rake of random stock. Sorry there's nothing outside. I just wanted to get a few videos done, stockpile them. So yeah guys, let me know in the comments of your opinions of the Ivatt 4. It was based on a American loco and I can't think which one it was. But yeah. Until next time guys, that's it from me and that's it from them. Bye.